In 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the new Civic, the most desired ride of 2025.
Hello boys and girls, welcome back to DSF. My name is Logan. Happy New Year 2025, the year of the snake. And at the end of this month, we will also be celebrating the Lunar New Year. So for my friends celebrating, Xin Yan Kuai Le, Gong Si Fa Chai, Ang Pao Please Lai Lai. And in time for the Lunar New Year, Honda Malaysia has given us perhaps what I think is the best Chinese New Year gift you can get yourself this year. And that is the all-new facelifted 11th generation Honda Civic. Now, Honda touts this as the most desirable ride of 2025, and so far, given what we've had launched in 2025, nothing. Yes, this is kind of the most desired ride of 2025, at least until something nicer comes around. But for now, just admire this. So let me ask you this, what do you think is new in the all-new Honda Civic, the 11th generation facelift? There's three major changes, starting with right here, up front. You'll notice a new sharper element here in the bumper with some new designs, which also got rid of the fog lamps. So now the design is more in line, it's more akin with the Civic Type R. So it's a little bit closer to that design. And you'll notice here we have new sensors on the car as well. And that is because the ADAS features have been updated ever so slightly. So what do you get for this? For these few small changes here that I'll continue talking about in a while, the price has gone up by about 1,000 ringgit. So now the top spec EHEV RS, yes, this 2-litre EHEV RS here, the hybrid, is now 167,900 ringgit. It used to be about 166 for the 11th Gen pre-facelift. The good news is in the middle segment there for the V variant, the price has gone down slightly, but it has gone up slightly as well for the base E-spec. So that used to be about 131,000. Now it's 133,900 ringgit as well. So aside from the front bumpers changes, very minimal changes, but you can see same strong haunches, nice sharper design element, which from the side looks like it has a third point going in, so it cuts through the air a lot sharper. It's more aerodynamic. Alright, so the side of the Honda Civic now remains largely unchanged from the 11th gen to the 11th gen facelift, which is this one. So what you do get different is these rims. These are 18-inch units, same old, right? But now you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spoke gunmetal greyish. It's a kind of gunmetal grey, but it's a very dark grey alloy. I'm not sure if it looks grey or black on the screen, but it is grey. It's not exactly black. But this is a nice 18-inch unit, because previously you used to get the two-tone, right? The silver and the black, which had like a scythe-like design. This is a lot nicer, in my opinion, a lot more mature at least. What do you guys think? Okay, so as you can see, once again, at the side, not much has changed. You still get your cameras and so on and so forth, right? Your blinkers here, the same side profile. Everything else has remained largely the same bonnet, the same booth, same body kit, same everything else. Nothing much to talk about here. Let's head to the back. All right, once again in the back, nothing much has changed, but you eagle-eyed viewers should notice this right off the bat. What do I mean by that? Hold on, I'll explain in a second. Firstly, you still get the same massive booth. There is a reason why the Honda Civic is the non-national leader in the C segment here in Malaysia, and this booth plays a huge role in that, because look at this, look at how much stuff you can fit in here. And despite having so much space, you also get a full-size spare wheel. This isn't a space saver, okay? This is a proper spare wheel. Well, it is a different brand. It's Kenda. It's not actually Michelin, but hey, it's still better than nothing. And what did I mean earlier by there is one small change? Okay, so once I close the booth, you'll notice it still looks pretty much the same as the 11th gen pre-facelift, right? But they did smoke out your tail lights. So now, instead of a clear unit right here, you get this greyish unit, which looks a lot sportier in my opinion. So it balances out. The rims are less sporty, but they are more mature. The tail lights are now slightly more sporty, slightly less mature. So it's about the same, huh? Alright, so now we're inside the all-new 11th gen facelift, Honda Civic here in Malaysia. And the main differences, again, very minimal. You'll notice a new head unit over here. It's slightly different from the one before, but it's kind of very similar, that if you kind of just look at it in passing, you won't really realize that this is a new head unit. But the one new addition to this head unit is, look right here, look at that. Come on, don't be shy, take a look. Google Assistant. So Google is now built in to this Android head unit, which means you no longer have to kerfuffle about playing with the systems or any complicated routines. You can simply say, hey Google, followed by your command.
You'll need an internet connection.
Okay, I'll need an internet connection apparently, but you see what I mean, right? So it's a lot more convenient now. You can just on the fly be like, hey, you know what, and then be like, for example, I'm hungry, and then it'll tell you, oh, here are some restaurant recommendations, what would you prefer? You can say, I don't know, the second one, whatever, it'll take you there. Perfect. But other than that, pretty much the same design. Your drive modes are here, and of course, if you take a look at this new digital driver display, it's now fully digital for this top spec EHEV variant. It's about 12 point something inches. But if you take a closer look, later we can show you, on the petrol variants, the right side is actually dominated by a physical gauge, a dial, a proper dial. So it's only about 7 inches, which spans about half the screen, about that much. But the steering wheel is, other than that, the same. The controls are here the same. Honeycomb pattern mimicked on the grille is the same, with these same little adjustments here, which I love because I don't want to meddle around in a screen to fix my air conditioning. It's hot here in Malaysia. I just want my aircon to work the way it's supposed to work. And of course, you've also got rotary knobs for said aircon and volume and so on and so forth. You can even sync the climate control. You've also got a nice dampened glove box right here. Not the biggest, but usable enough. Wireless charger, USB ports, 12 volt socket, your nice small little gear shifter, 2 massive cup holders, drive mode once again, parking switch, brake hold, and of course, big cubby space with a little tray that you can move from front to back to hold smaller items. The main difference, again, other than the Google Assistant, is now you'll notice the seat pattern is slightly different, and these middle parts have a fabric insert now. Yes, this is the top spec RS variant. Don't get it confused. It's leatherette now. So the sides, as you can see, are leather. Here in the middle, it's fabric. That is a new addition. So now the top spec has leatherette instead. What do you guys think? And also, I've purposely pushed the seat a bit further back. You can see, right, with my legs outstretched here, this is clearly not my optimal driving position, but there's a reason for that. It's to show you how much space you get in the rear, which you'll see in a second. Alright, so we're wrapping things up back here, and as you can see, once again, nothing much has changed. The only real difference is, again, the fabric inserts here, which used to be completely leather. You do get, of course, your armrest with your 2 cup holders right here, as well as 2 USB ports. They both look to be Type-C, as well as rear aircon vents for maximum comfort. Once again, Honda's motto is man maximum, machine minimum. I agree. What do you guys think? Okay, once again, this red color unit you see here is the top of the line EHEV RS, the 2-liter hybrid option, and here underneath this is that 2-liter 4-cylinder unit that I was talking about, along with all the other battery systems and other systems the car needs to run itself. So again, 2-liter, which means your road tax is slightly more expensive than the 1.5, but hybrid, so still best of both worlds. Extremely fuel efficient, extremely powerful, extremely fun to drive, and of course, being a Honda, very, very spacious and practical as well. What do you guys think? Hello girls and boys, welcome back once again. So we've already shown you the top-notch EHEV RS variant of the all-new facelifted 11th generation Honda Civic. So that was the top of the line, 167,900. This, on the other hand, is the petrol variant. So you'll see right off the bat, you'll notice a few small changes here. It's still an RS spec, right? But that was the 2-liter EHEV hybrid. This is the fully petrol RS variant. So you'll notice the main difference here is in the paint. This is more of a matte finish. The one we showed you earlier has more of a glossy finish. It looks very slightly different. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it does look ever so slightly different. What else is the same is same front bumper, new design, new splitter, looks aggressive, looks sporty, nice lights here. But you'll notice that the plastic cladding here, it's actually black. See, on the EHEV 2-liter RS, it was body colored, in that case red. Here, it's just black. But this, for all intents and purposes, is mostly the same. The only difference being this is not a hybrid. It's just a 1.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, the one we're used to, right? Other than that, nothing much has changed. Along the side, you'll see it retains the old wheel design, the multi-spoke design, but it's now black. So that was matte gray in the EHEV. Now it's black here. Same silhouette, black color door handles as well. same sloping roofline, same booth, same everything else. And of course, smoked out tail lights as well. So they're no longer clear. Now, just because the other one was a hybrid, I would like to point out it did not actually eat into any boot space, as you can see right here. You still get your full-size spare. You still got a nice, massive boot here. Still very usable, very, very practical. That's Honda for you. Man maximum, machine minimum. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so inside, once again, not really that much has changed, right, between the EHEV Hybrid RS and this Petrol RS. You do get pedal shifters though, so that is nice. And other than that, the interior looks mostly the same. You still get Google built in into this head unit. You still get the digital driver display, but as I mentioned before, because it's one of the petrol variants, it's only about 7 inches, so about half the screen. And on the furthest right, you have a proper physical dial on the petrol variants. But this being the RS, you still get the full 12-inch digital driver display. Other than that, again, leatherette seats, fabric here in the center, leather off to the sides, and that sums up the changes once again. Yeah, so pretty much the same as the HEV, but you know, no hybrid systems, just a petrol 1.5 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder, which means 90 ringgit a year for your road tax. Very, very cheap. So what do you guys think of the all-new facelifted 11th generation Honda Civic?